Well, we have told you about mobile home communities all across Colorado and how many people living in them have concerns about other companies buying land and raising rents. Well, a group in Littleton looked into ways to stay in their homes and afford it. Here's your reporter, Alan Janae, with a tale of David versus Goliath.
They walk the Meadowood Village mobile home park along the clean streets amid the neat homes with pride. For the leaders of this little community, they felt the worry and the fear when a big company stepped in with an offer to buy the land beneath them.
That was what everybody said when the notices came. What am I going to do? Where do I go? I don't have anywhere to go.
Many say Sandy Cook, Dave Studer, and Sherry DeQuinzio are on fixed incomes and shift money around to pay the rent.
Mainly between 70 and 90 years old, these people give up and they give up things.
Like Dolores and Jerry Litzinger.
I hope the rent goes down and if we can stay here.
Sandy Cook did a lot of the work seeking the money.
Where'd you get this knowledge base? Were you really good at Monopoly when you were young?
My background is trucking. The challenges of a woman in trucking is starting in 1974. There were not a lot of us there. And because of that, you learn to take up for yourself.
They met first on their own, then with local leaders.
We immediately contacted the city of Littleton and started going to council meetings, started talking to the mayor and the city manager.
Getting a grant for a down payment, going to the state and federal government looking for low-interest loans.
It's talking to anyone that will listen, trying to get their attention in what our situation is.
They are still seeking a final $4 million in grants from nonprofits and foundations to keep people where they support each other.
You sound like the ultimate social agency.
I believe we are. We should not have to lose one person in this park, which is the goal.
And they believe they will find it to stay together.
And I don't think any of us are going to give up.
Well, joining me now is Alan Janae, of course, to talk more about this. Alan, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate your time.
Glad to be here.
Well, we know bigger companies buying out land for mobile home parks is a pretty common issue. It forces people, of course, to leave. They have to find a new home. But these homeowners, as you found out, they really put up a fight.
This is a really fascinating story to do because, meeting these three people who were involved with the board and this mobile home community, first of all, you can understand why these three are successful together. They dovetail in their abilities, like Sandy Cook there, having worked in the trucking industry. She is a ball of fire.
Tough, right?
Right? She's great. And, and Sandy was on the phone constantly. Sandy managed to find a lawyer. There are all these intricate pieces that fit together because this is not as simple as a process as you might hope, because the state does allow mobile home communities to make a bid in competition when a bid is made to buy the property. But that's really very complicated. They went to local government, county government, state government, and the state government has the oversight of federal money. All of those different things have to combine together, and you have to have knowledge. You have to find a lawyer who will work for you pro bono, et cetera, et cetera. So really an amazing sort of combination that enabled them to do this, because other parks, they've thought about it, they haven't been able to put it together.
Yeah, perfect skill set of personalities working together.
It was.
There. Many of them we know are on fixed income, being a 55-plus community, but their goal, of course, was to keep everybody in their homes, right?
Yeah, and I made the point in the story that you saw there that this is the ultimate social agency. We talk about, everybody relying on government and all that, but I'll tell you what, the people in this mobile home community, which, by the way, is the cleanest one I've ever seen, really look out for each other in a way that it feels like we don't do much anymore because we're on these things all day long, right? And they really want to be able to preserve everybody's ability to stay there. And a number of these people are on very limited, Social Security incomes, like the older couple you saw in the story as well. And so it is a way of offsetting government. When you really think about it, that's what they're doing. Because if these people were to lose their home sites in this mobile home park, what would happen? They would then become further wards of the state or in need of additional money from government. Well, yes, there is money from the government involved in helping them buy this park. but it offsets those demands by allowing people to stay there.
Still more work for them to be done here, right?
Yeah,
They're not
now,
done yet.
at this stage, we talked about that they're looking for grants and funding. Now, nonprofits are out there. I know they're there because we're always doing stories, Karen, you and I, about this, about the existence of nonprofits in housing. Okay, guys. Time to pony up, right? let's see where you are. They believe they have a good shot at that because there is money out there for housing in some of these nonprofits, some of which comes through government for them to distribute. And they're hoping that by doing that, they can fill in that last like $4 million that they need to accomplish that. But they are optimistic. And again, that is the character of the people who are involved here. Their optimism, that is, I would say, a good 50% of this.
We just love it. We appreciate your reporting out, and we appreciate you spending a little time as we go behind the scenes here with you so people get an idea of all the work and how that all fits in and how you can go about doing this. Alan Janae, your reporter in the Foothills, so if you have a story idea for him, call or email him through cbscolorado.com.